You won't believe these 5-cent coins could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In this video, we reveal 5 of the most valuable Jefferson Nickels hiding in plain sight. From rare mint marks to full steps treasures, these nickels are turning heads at auctions, and one of them could be sitting in your pocket right now. Number 1. What if I told you that a simple 5-cent coin from 1964 could secretly be worth thousands of dollars? That little Jefferson nickel with a tiny D mint mark on the back might be hiding a fortune in your pocket or tucked away in an old coin jar. Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising coins in American history, the 1964 D Jefferson Nickel, and why collectors are chasing it like never before. You've probably handled a 1964 nickel more times than you can count, but here's something most people don't know. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion Jefferson Nickels bearing the D Mint mark from the Denver Mint. It was a year of massive production, driven by coin shortages and high public demand. But buried in those billions were some incredibly rare and highly valuable pieces, and one of them could still be out there, waiting to be discovered by you. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel stands out for several reasons, but one detail you should notice immediately is the placement of the mint mark. Unlike later years, the mint mark is on the reverse side, to the right of Monticello, a key design feature that ended after 1964. That small D might look ordinary, but if the coin has a bold, sharp strike with what's known as full steps on Monticello, its value skyrockets. Only a tiny fraction were struck clearly enough to show all the steps, and that's where the real money is. One of the most fascinating features that makes this nickel highly desirable is those elusive full steps. Look closely at the steps on Monticello. If you can clearly count 5 or 6 uninterrupted steps without wear or breaks, you may have struck gold, or in this case, nickel. Coins with this level of detail are extremely rare from 1964 because the mint was prioritizing quantity over quality that year. That's why full-step coins in high grades are considered treasures by collectors across the country. Demand for these coins is surging because they are so difficult to find in top condition. Most were poorly struck or quickly worn down in circulation. So when a pristine example appears, collectors jump at the chance to own one. Certified high-grade nickels with full steps can command thousands at auction, and that demand keeps growing every year. It's not just about rarity, it's about quality, history, and the thrill of the hunt. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting, and the 1964 D Jefferson Nickel is no exception. A circulated example might only be worth its face value, but once you enter mint state territory, especially MS65 or higher, the value climbs dramatically. Combine that with full steps, and now you're talking serious collector money. A beautiful, sharply struck coin from 1964 with full steps once fetched over $3,800 at a major auction. That's an eye-popping return on a 5-cent piece. If you want to search for one of these valuable coins, here's what to look for and where to find them. First, check the reverse side of your 1964 nickels for a clear D mint mark next to Monticello. Then, use a magnifying glass to inspect the steps. Look for 5 or 6 full, unbroken steps with no damage or flattening. Coins stored away in rolls or old bank sets are more likely to be in good condition, so hunt through old change jars, flea markets, and coin shops, especially for uncirculated examples. As a collector, handling these coins properly is crucial. Never clean your coins. Doing so will destroy their value instantly. Use cotton gloves or hold them by the edges only. Store them in acid-free flips or hard plastic holders to prevent air and moisture damage. If you think you've found a potential full steps nickel, consider submitting it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. A high grade can multiply its value dramatically. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for. The actual market value of this coin in today's world. A regular 1964 D Jefferson nickel might only be worth a few cents in circulated condition. But a sharply struck, mint state coin with full steps can be worth a fortune. One stunning example in MS66 with full steps sold for $3,800. That's $3,800, for a single nickel from 1964. Thank you so much for watching and joining this incredible journey into the world of the 1964 Jefferson Nickel. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, leave a comment about your own rare coin finds, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos about rare coins and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Let's build a powerful community of coin hunters together and uncover the value that history holds right in our hands. Number 2. You could be holding a 5-cent coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars without knowing it. That old 1943 Jefferson nickel with a P on the reverse? It's not just any nickel, it's made of silver, it's from wartime America, and collectors are paying big money for the right one. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what to look for and why this nickel is in such high demand right now. Imagine this. A coin minted during World War II using actual silver instead of nickel, produced in the heart of wartime America, and marked with a giant P over Monticello. Sounds like something special, right? That's because it is. The 1943 P. Jefferson Nickel is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins from the 20th century, with a history rooted in one of the most critical moments in U.S. history. During World War II, nickel was a vital metal needed for armor and weapons, so the U.S. Mint had to change the composition of the 5-cent coin. From 1942 to 1945, they produced what we now call war nickels, coins made with 35% silver. And in 1943, for the very first time ever, the Philadelphia Mint placed a bold P mint mark on the reverse of the coin, directly above Monticello. This historic change not only marked a new composition but created an instantly recognizable design collectors now hunt for. What sets the 1943 P nickel apart is that dramatic P mint mark, the first time Philadelphia used a mint mark on any U.S. coin. It's oversized, easily visible without a magnifier, and it means you're looking at one of the special silver alloy nickels from the war. If you're hunting for treasure in your spare change or at coin shops, this bold P is your best clue that you're holding something potentially very valuable. Collectors absolutely love this coin for its unique wartime story, its silver content, and its striking reverse design. Even better, it's still being pulled out of circulation to this day. But condition matters more than anything else. A worn 1943 P nickel might only be worth a few dollars based on silver melt value, but a high-grade example with full steps can sell for staggering prices. That's why knowing how to identify quality is key if you want to cash in on this wartime treasure. The rarest and most sought-after versions of this nickel are those in mint state condition with full steps on Monticello. That means the building on the reverse shows clear, sharp steps with no flattening or damage. These full steps coins are incredibly hard to find from this period, but when they do surface, collectors compete fiercely to get them. That combination of war history, silver content, and full steps quality creates intense market demand. Today's coin market rewards high condition and certified quality like never before. The highest known auction price for a 1943 P. Jefferson nickel in pristine condition with full steps reached a jaw-dropping total of $3,800. That's $3,800. For a 5-cent coin that most people overlook or spend without a second thought. That kind of return turns casual collectors into serious treasure hunters overnight. So where can you find this hidden gem? Start by searching through old nickel rolls, especially from bank vaults or estate sales. Look for that large P over Monticello on the reverse side. That's your green light. Then examine the coin under good lighting or with a magnifier to check for full steps and minimal wear. Coins that have been well preserved, stored in original rolls, or saved by collectors decades ago are your best bet for discovering a high-value piece. As a collector or coin hunter, handling and storing this coin the right way is essential to preserving its value. Never clean your 1943 P nickel. Even a light polish can destroy its collector value instantly. Hold the coin only by the edges and keep it in a safe, dry place inside non-PVC holders or coin capsules. If you think you've got a strong candidate, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Their certification can increase the coin's sale value dramatically. So once again, What is the true market value of a 1943 Jefferson nickel in today's world? A common circulated example might bring you $3 to $5 based on its silver content. But in uncirculated, high-grade condition with full steps, this rare wartime coin has sold at public auction for an incredible $3,800. Yes, $3,800 for one silver nickel from 1943. Thank you so much for watching and joining us on this deep dive into one of the most powerful and historic 5-cent coins in American numismatic history. If you found this video helpful or exciting, go ahead and tap that like button right now. Leave a comment below if you've found a silver war nickel before or plan to go hunting for one soon. And most importantly, subscribe for more coin hunting guides, rare coin values, and real collector tips every week. Let's uncover the value hidden in your change together. Number 3. This 5-cent coin from 1987 might seem ordinary, but don't be fooled. That tiny D mint mark could hide a coin worth hundreds or more. Believe it or not, some rare varieties of the 1987 D Jefferson nickel are catching fire in the collector market right now, and one could be sitting in your pocket change right this very moment. In a world where most people skip over modern coins, the 1987 D nickel has quietly become a sleeper hit for collectors. It was minted during a transitional period in American coin production, when quality control and die life were pushed to the limits, and that's exactly where valuable errors and unique strike characteristics can be found. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn could turn that small coin into a serious payday. The story of the 1987 Jefferson nickel begins in Denver, where over 450 million nickels were struck with the D mint mark that year. While that number sounds huge, what makes some of these coins incredibly valuable isn't how many were made, it's how few survived in perfect condition or with rare varieties like off-center strikes, double dies, and full steps details that collectors crave. Now let's zoom in on what makes this coin special. Flip the coin over and take a good look at Monticello, the famous building on the reverse. What you're hunting for are clean, defined steps at the base of the structure. This is what experts call full steps, and it's extremely rare for the 1987 D issue due to weak strikes and worn dies used during production. A nickel with full steps and no wear or scratches instantly becomes a top-tier find. Collectors place huge value on condition when it comes to modern-era nickels. Most 1987 D nickels were tossed into circulation and show heavy wear, contact marks, or dull strikes. But the rare few that were perfectly struck and preserved in mint state condition, especially MS66 or better, are highly desirable and command big money at auction. It's a classic case of quantity versus quality, and the few that remain in flawless shape are getting harder to find by the day. If you've got rolls of nickels or just some change lying around, now is the time to look closely. Find that D mint mark on the obverse, just to the right of Jefferson's bust, and then flip the coin and examine Monticello. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loop under strong light. Look for sharp, uninterrupted steps on the reverse. That's the key to identifying full steps. And don't forget to check for doubling on letters or any unusual alignment that could indicate a valuable mint error. The 1987 D Jefferson nickel is especially hot in today's collector market because it bridges the gap between modern mass production and the golden era of detailed minting. It's a tough year to find clean full steps examples, which has created a spike in demand among registry set collectors who want only the highest grades. As the supply shrinks, the value keeps rising, and that's where you can benefit if you know what to look for. You might be wondering just how much a 5-cent coin like this can sell for. Well, here's where it gets exciting. A pristine 1987 D Jefferson nickel graded MS66 with full steps has reached an auction price of over $1,200. That's right, $1,200 for a single nickel that once sat in someone's change drawer. That kind of return makes this coin a must-check item for every serious and beginner collector alike. So what's the best way to protect and evaluate your 1987 D nickel if you think it might be valuable? First, never clean the coin. That will ruin its surface and destroy its grade. Always handle it by the edges and store it in a safe, airtight coin holder or flip. If you believe you have full steps and minimal contact marks, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Having it certified can boost its value dramatically and prove its rarity to any buyer or dealer. Whether you're a beginner searching bank rolls or a long-time collector revisiting your older finds, the 1987 Jefferson Nickel is a coin you absolutely don't want to ignore. It may look like any other modern nickel, but under the right conditions, it becomes a rare, high-demand coin that turns heads and draws competition in auction rooms and collector forums across the country. So, just to recap, the highest known auction price for a 1987 Jefferson Nickel in brilliant mint state condition with full steps is $1,200. That's $1,200 for a nickel minted during the late 80s. Proof that treasure is hiding in plain sight, even in coins younger than you might think. Thank you so much for watching this deep look at the 1987 Jefferson Nickel. If you enjoyed this video and feel inspired to start checking your change for rare finds, give it a thumbs up right now. Comment below with your favorite coin discovery or questions about modern nickels. And don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin videos dropping every week. Your next big coin find might be just one pocket away. Number 4. Before you spend that 5-cent coin in your change jar, stop and take a closer look. That 1975 Jefferson Nickel with a small D mint mark might be worth far more than face value. In fact, some rare examples from this exact year have shocked collectors and sold for hundreds of dollars. This isn't just pocket change anymore, it's treasure hiding in plain sight. You won't believe what makes the 1975 Jefferson Nickel so special. At first glance, it seems like a typical nickel minted in the mid-70s. But for the trained eye, and the lucky few who know what to look for, this coin can be a true prize, especially when found in mint state condition or struck with rare full steps details that most nickels from this year lack entirely. The story of the 1975 Jefferson Nickel starts at the Denver Mint, where over 450 million of these coins were struck. That's a massive number, and most people would assume that means none of them are valuable. But here's the twist. Because so many were produced using aging dyes and rapid minting methods, most coins from this year are soft, poorly struck, and full of flaws. That makes finding a clean, high-grade example with sharp features extremely difficult, and incredibly valuable. What sets the 1975 nickel apart from others is the near impossibility of finding one with sharp strike details, especially on the steps of Monticello. This is where full steps come into play. Flip the coin and look closely at the base of the building on the reverse side. Can you see 5 or 6 perfectly defined steps with no breaks or wear? If so, you could be holding a rare full steps variety, and that's when the value starts climbing fast. Collectors are always on the hunt for the hardest to find nickels from the modern era, and the 1975 is one of them. Why? Because it's so tough to find this coin in high grades with those clear full steps. Coins from this year often suffer from mushy details, weak strikes, and early wear from entering circulation quickly after minting. So when a perfect specimen shows up, collectors compete hard to own it. Now let's talk condition, and why it's everything. A regular circulated 1975 nickel might only be worth face value. But if it has been carefully preserved and shows strong luster with no scratches or dullness, it could be graded as mint state. That opens the door to major collector interest. And if that mint state coin also has full steps on Monticello, it becomes a key date in Jefferson Nickel collecting. Recently, one stunning example graded MS66 with full steps sold for an impressive $1,300 at public auction. If you're hoping to find one of these high-value nickels, here's what to look for. Start by checking the obverse side of the coin. Make sure it has the small D mint mark to the right of Jefferson's portrait, which stands for Denver. Then flip the coin and inspect the steps at the base of Monticello. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. You want to see 5 or 6 well-separated steps. No blurring, no merging. That's your jackpot sign. To boost your chances, try searching through old bank rolls, estate sales, or coin collections that haven't been touched in years. Coins stored in original mint rolls or albums are more likely to be in excellent condition. Don't overlook even slightly shiny coins. they might still qualify as mint state if they've avoided wear and damage. Keep your eye out especially for those with extra sharp details and no marks across Jefferson's face or Monticello. Protecting and handling your finds the right way is crucial if you want to maintain their value. Never clean your coins, not even gently. Cleaning destroys original surfaces and lowers the grade instantly. Instead, handle your nickels only by the edges and store them in non-PVC holders or hard plastic capsules. If you think your coin could be high grade, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. Their certification can greatly increase what your coin will sell for. So now the question, how much is the 1975 Jefferson Nickel really worth today? In circulated condition, most examples remain close to face value. But when a flawless coin with sharp full steps comes up for sale in mint state condition, the value skyrockets. One of the highest known auction sales for this coin hit $1,300. That's $1,300 for a 5-cent piece you might already own. Thanks a ton for watching this deep dive into one of the most underrated modern nickels in U.S. history, the 1975 Jefferson Nickel. If this video got you excited to go through your coins or coin rolls, don't forget to hit that like button right now. Drop a comment below with your favorite Jefferson Nickel find, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another rare coin breakdown. There's treasure hiding in your pocket. Now let's go out and find it together. Number 5. What if I told you a 5-cent coin from 1990 with a small p on the front could be worth hundreds of dollars or more? This Jefferson Nickel may look like pocket change, but some rare examples are fetching big money at auctions today. And guess what? One could be hiding right now in your change jar or coin roll stash. You're about to discover why this modern-looking nickel from 1990 is becoming one of the most watched coins in the collector market. Most people ignore coins from the 90s, assuming they're too new to matter, but they're dead wrong. There are rare strike varieties and top-condition examples of the 1990 Jefferson Nickel that are breaking expectations and skyrocketing in value. Let's go back to 1990. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced nearly 600 million Jefferson Nickels that year. Yes, 600 million. That makes the 1990 seem common at first glance. But here's where things get interesting. Because of overuse and worn dies, the vast majority of these coins came out of the mint with weak details, soft edges, and blurred steps on Monticello. That's exactly why collectors are going crazy over the few that survived in perfect, high-grade condition. The secret to spotting a valuable 1990 Jefferson Nickel lies in one phrase: full steps. Flip the coin to the reverse and take a close look at Monticello. Pay attention to the steps at the base of the building. If you can clearly see 5 or even 6 unbroken, sharp steps, you've got a full steps variety. And let me tell you, those are incredibly rare from this date and mint. Full steps means the coin was struck with extra precision, and that precision translates directly into big collector value. Collectors chase full steps nickels because they show the highest level of strike quality and design clarity. And the 1990 is notoriously hard to find in that condition. Most were struck quickly, sent into circulation, and never had a chance to retain their full detail. That's why when a coin surfaces in top mint state condition with full steps, it becomes a major prize for registry set builders and serious nickel hunters. Condition is king in today's market. A worn 1990 might be worth just face value, but when you find one that has been carefully preserved, never entered circulation, and holds a grade of MS66 or better, the value shoots up fast. And if that coin also has those beautiful, uninterrupted full steps on Monticello, now you're talking serious auction territory. One of the highest known sales for this coin reached $1,320. Yes, $1,320 for a nickel minted in 1990. If you're wondering where to find this rare gem, your best bet is to start with old coin rolls, bank boxes, or inherited collections from the late 80s and 90s. Search for nickels with the P mint mark, found to the right of Jefferson's bust on the obverse side, and then flip the coin to inspect Monticello. Use bright lighting and a magnifier if needed. You're looking for sharp edges, no scratches, and all steps clearly visible with no major breaks. Don't underestimate coins you find in old mint sets or original bank-wrapped rolls. These coins are more likely to have survived in pristine condition. And even if you don't spot full steps right away, keep those mint state examples safe. They could still fetch a premium with even a partial strike and clean surface. Always remember, preservation and eye appeal make a big difference in value. To protect your finds, handle your coins only by the rim and avoid touching the surfaces with your fingers. Never clean your nickel, no matter how dull it looks. Even minor cleaning can permanently destroy the value. Use non-PVC flips or airtight holders to keep moisture and air away from the metal. And if you believe your 1990p Jefferson Nickel might qualify as a full steps gem, submit it to a trusted grading service like NGC or PCGS to get it officially evaluated and slabbed. So what is the real market value of this coin today? While circulated versions remain worth 5 cents, it's a completely different story for certified mint state coins with full steps. The highest auction record for the 1990p Jefferson Nickel with full steps and a grade of MS66 reached an amazing $1,320. That's right, $1,320 for a modern nickel that could be hiding in plain sight. Thank you so much for spending time with us as we uncovered the real story behind the 1990p Jefferson Nickel. If you learned something new or feel excited to search through your own coins, don't forget to smash that like button now. Leave a comment if you've ever found a full steps nickel or want to know more about coin grading. And be sure to subscribe, because we've got more rare coin videos coming your way every single week. Let's go hunt some treasure together, and make every nickel count.